Imagine if I could just fall from the ceiling in a parachute. That would be Drop Zone, wouldn't it? Hello and welcome to Review Rant Random for Drop Zone. Now, before I rant on anywhere, if anyone's checking out the new room, you would have seen recently homemade frames, and Drop Zone poster was used in that. There we go. That's how it's going. Hey, look, me. Hello, Wesley. Absolutely love that cover. Hate the new cover, which is Wesley Snipes like. His whole turning back action. So now that you've just seen Drop Zone on there, it ended up being Ski Patrol, but check it out. I've made this quad poster frame I'm looking at right now, and going, right, maybe should have filmed it that way, but I can change it. Mainly filmed it this way because Wesley Snipes is right there. And I think Wesley Snipes is an amazing actor. He's a martial arts expert. He could fucking whoop your ass, but he also delivers some absolutely amazing dramatic performances, and he comes off quite funny. But he also looks like he'll just fucking kill you. And I've just done the podcast. I've just ranted for an hour and a half about Drop Zone, and I'm going to come straight off that and into the review Rant Random. Right, I love Drop Zone, and mainly I love the cover for Drop Zone, and for some fucking stupid reason, DVD has fucked it up. Now this is the original big box of VHS. Just like the quad you've seen, Wesley Snipes, Drop Zone, something dangerous is in the sky. Wesley Snipes at the time had just come off the back end of Demolition Man and was shit hot. Absolutely shit hot. And just, you can see it's his face, and it's Wesley Snipes. You know what Wesley Snipes looks like. Film's pretty much all shot in Miami, but again it's got Washington DC on, and there, as I say, I've had it a very, very long time. Drop Zone. Never rewound it. And I love that artwork, it's fucking class. But for some reason, the DVD decides that is acceptable. Now, right, Wesley Snipes is on there. We don't need that, loses loads of its colour. Still got the DC, just like, exactly the same on the back, but they've just completely changed it. No! And if anyone's watching the podcast, listen to the podcast, that's me note I wrote on my notes. And I remember that I actually owned the Laserdisc. So I totally forgot I actually owned the Laserdisc, and there it is. Again, fucking love it because the cover's mint on it. You can see, lush cover. It's not open, not a gatefold, it's a straight out Laserdisc release. Boom. You know what I mean? I would have had that orange. So I'm a big fan of it, and I've just revisited there, and this is my honest review, Rant Random of it. What's that? Win a trip to Laser World of Hollywood. What's this? There is treasure in here. Dun dun dun. Alright, I did say it on the podcast there. The mid-90s was the era of orange. Bad Boys, Last Man Standing, Money Train, Drop Zone. Orange was the fucking colour to get everyone's attention. The Fan. Right, so this film normally gets forgotten about when people talk about films that were alike, because you had Armageddon, you had D-Day Impact, you had Ants, you had fucking Bugs, you had Volcano, you had Dante's Peak, you also had Drop Zone, and you had Temple of Velocity. Now, Temple of Velocity stars Charlie Sheen, and that's mainly about, it goes on a different story, there's mobs involved and stuff like that. He thinks that the woman he's taken for a skydive's committed suicide by dropping out the plane, and all this kind of shit and jazzles. But when this one comes along, this was meant to be Under Siege free. True story. Now, it looks like Warner Brothers give up. They tried to offer, I wouldn't really want to see a movie about Steven Seagal jumping out of an aeroplane. I don't think his ponytail would have took it. But this was meant to be Under Siege free. 15 million Steven Seagal turned down. And as everyone knows Steven Seagal's career, he then did an executive decision, fell out with them, got killed off, and then he went, whoop. You know, he still got some paychecks by Warner Brothers, but that's a different story. So Wesley Snipes steps in. Gary Busey is cast as the bad guy, so it's great to see Gary Busey as a baddie. Again, he's fucking awesome in Under Siege, but he's also fucking awesome as a good guy in Silver Bullet and the likes of Point Break. And Gary Busey's fucking just class. Well cast of actors, you've seen a lot of stuff. The girl from Hard Target's in it, and the bad guy from fucking Cliffhanger's in it. The guy gets his leg broke off Steven Seagal. I just remember these faces. The woman from The Grudge. The woman who's playing on the Sega arcade game, and Airheads. You know, it's quite a big cast. It's got the guy, the chief guy from Under Siege. He turns up at the start and he went, yeah, this is clearly meant to be Under Siege free. In Wesley Snipes, Wesley Snipes playing a cop. He plays a cop in Boiling Point. He plays a cop in King of New York. He plays a really good cop in Rising Sun. He plays a cop in Murder in 1600s or whatever. So Wesley Snipes is really good as a cop, and at this he's just a cop. And again, coming off the end of Passenger 57, Wesley Snipes is on a plane with a prisoner. That prisoner gets hijacked. The guy from Jurassic Park 3 and Shawshank Redemption. The start of this movie, it's like, this is obviously predates 9/11 because they've got on the airplane with not just parachutes, but they've got machine guns and everything. They steal a guy from the airplane. And months later, Wesley Snipes is trying to track down who did it. And just so happens that Gary Busey's got this team of fucking renegade fucking parachuters, and they're all came up with a plan of like invading an exhibition in Washington DC, and they're all going to drop down and rob this place. And Wesley Snipes is like, "You'll get away with that." So Wesley Snipes tracks down the girlfriend of one of the hijackers, and she gets her own gang together, like Swoop and all this, and a bit of the oddballs. And Wesley Snipes fronts the money, so like he goes rogue. He doesn't become a copper, but he wants to be a parachuter. He sort of gets in with the parachuting crowd, and by the end of the movie, the oddball parachute crowd gets a bad parachute crowd all fighting. What this movie does have good is great association with the Parachute Society of Miami, because some of the spectacles when they're dropping out the planes and some of the stunts they do are fucking class, because it was done now, it'd be all CGI. Some of the bit where the guy's got the fucking parachute in his face and he's falling through mid-sky, or the bit where they disconnect and free fall for ages and go back, there's some fucking crazy stunts. Because you think about it now, it would be all green screen. They do use a blue screen effect for like stuff like Wesley Snipes and that in certain bits and bobs, or when they're coming down off the sky. But again, there's some amazing camera work in this. This doesn't get enough credit for how well some of the air footage is done. It's just like, I was watching it there for the podcast. There's a bit where one of them's cannonballing through, and like it comes towards the camera, and then fucking cuts to another take and going past, and it almost feels like it's fucking flew straight through you. This camera work. There's a bit where they're doing this massive, there must be about 25 fucking people falling from the sky in all different colours, and there's one guy spinning around the middle, and the camera comes up and goes up through the fucking thing, and you think, that was down CGI. So again, if you've never seen this, it's got some spectacular fucking parachute stuff. Wesley Snipes delivers just as good as Wesley Snipes in it. He's joyful, but he can fucking kick your ass. He always goes for the low blows, and like not punching them with the balls, but like he's just steadfast and stuff like that. He does have some funny bits. There's a bit where he knocks out the girl. You think, hang on, he fucking shouldn't be doing that. But the girl, even like, it's so funny, you laugh a bit, but when you're watching it for the podcast, and I was watching it, she gets hit in this side of the face, but she falls like that. She's like, it's like, if Wesley Snipes punches you in the face, you definitely go in that way. Like, oh, but she falls that way. Whatever. But, the film rolls on, and then the film suddenly just goes a bit strange at the end, because you have the big montages. It's great to see like the community that gets involved in this, especially at some of the bar scenes and when they're celebrating, or when they're all trying to get together, and everyone, it looks like they want to get involved. And again, it gets to the end and the whole washing thing, and then for the fucking last 15 minutes, it turns into fucking Die Hard for multiple reasons. Elevator shafts, stuck in elevator shafts. Bad guy with blonde hair who's been bad guy all the way through the movie gets himself hung like in Die Hard. You get the cold cliche of one of them getting the head stuck in the fucking copyrighted machine. One of them goes down the stairs fighting Wesley Snipes, gets his neck broke. Die Hard. The ho now have a machine gun. That guy ends up in the elevator where the bad guys find them. That's Die Hard. There's espionage on the computers. There's the guards trying to work out what the fuck's going on. There's guards getting killed, thinking that happens. And then Gary Busey, spoiler alert, Wesley Snipes fucking spears him through the window, and you think, here we go again. Alan Rickman's gone flying. But for some reason, because it's just a movie, Wesley Snipes pulls on his parachute, he's safe. Gary Busey, who's now free falling backwards through the sky, suddenly turns around and turns into a fucking torpedo and goes flying across the screen as a torpedo, like starts screaming and goes head first into the other bad guy trying to get away in the truck, and he goes right for the windshield, and you think, about 20 minutes ago, this film was quite serious. like again, like, you see a film called Drop Zone with Wesley Snipes, you're gonna fucking watch it, aren't you? Like I'm not gonna complain. I mean, the parachuting great was great, but by the end of it, you're like, what the fuck? And then the other bad guy gets away. One of them just jumps off the building, and it's almost like he just jumped off a fucking, like, standing behind a brick wall and jumps off the building and catches him, and Wesley Snipes sees it all and gives him a golf clap and done. So yeah, I'll see you in the outtakes. Yeah, so that was a great rant. Something dangerous in the sky, that hasn't even given it a tagline. So you see him on the back. No comment on it. Oh God, I remember buying this one. Just remember buying it. It's one that's in the shelf. I mean, it's that old. I mean, again, hasn't had a Blu-ray release. This is pretty sweet. And again, that's why I got the quad. Oh, I just always loved that artwork. Me personally, £5 I paid for this. Fuck me, it's stuck on there. But again, it's not going to come off anytime soon with this. It's just something about the artwork, I just thought that was class. And again, that just reminds me of mid-90s, especially the pictures and stuff. And again, it's just artwork lost. I mean, if it come out on Blu-ray now, that's probably what you would get. I mean, that's what you got on Sky Movies. It's always been on Sky Movies like that, so like I say, does it warrant a Blu-ray release? Probably not. It's Paramount as well, so it will just get lost in an archive. You don't see Arrow Entertainment or 88 Films doing anything real Paramount. Coming to America has just come out. That's a Paramount movie. So they are bringing the stuff out. DVD's got no extra features at all. Laserdisc, in the era of Laserdisc, it's got no extra features. It does have the chapter selection on the back if you want a quick rundown of the movie. Witness Protection, Smokescreen, Into the Sky, Crossman, Pete's First Jump, Jagger. By the way, Wesley Snipes' name is Snips, which is obviously an anagram for Snipes. They really just thought, right, he's not going to be called Casey Ryback, what we're going to call him. What's Wesley Snipes' name? Snips, that's his name. Also got Jagger Wired, Burning Bar, Night Drop Miami, The Exhibition Team, Side 2, you would have to turn it over. Swoop, All Fall, Gift Wrap, that's an amazing stunt. Take Out the Leader, Burn In, Fireworks, DNA Files, Change of Schedule, Showdown, End Credits. So yeah, 2 sides, 98 minutes. That's on for 98 minutes. That's on for 97 minutes, the DVD, so there's a minute missing. And that's on for 97 minutes. So the Laserdisc has an extra minute of footage. But is that how long it takes you to turn over? I've been Stephen Monkey Mason. Thanks for watching this review, Rant Random. Some of the new edgier ones, you know, it was fucking mental. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.